welcome everybody to the return of racing on the channel. We're going to be doing this probably until around 2 a.m. unless things go a little bit late, because we did already have some scheduling conflicts and Twitch has been kind of weird tonight, so we'll just see where that goes. May go a little bit past 2. But yeah, we're here now. It's been 2 years since the last time we've done this, and we're finally going at it again. With commentators, you guys can introduce yourselves now.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm MV Parrot.
Yo, everybody. My Outrageous Josh.
And we're going to talk a little bit about this bracket.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, so Chris and Cool Square and Flux and Crawfish are doing their matches off stream. And we're going to be watching Curtis and Dave right now. Later, Four and Ringo could not race tonight. We had some a little bit of a schedule conflict there. But after that, I believe we have Univa and Sway, and then Melvosh and Speedy Cube later on tonight.
Got some good matchups going tonight.
And I guess we'll see what happens as the night goes on. Some of these brackets are going to fill out, and we'll see who's going to be joining us in the second round. So for the stream matches. So I guess we'll talk about that when we get to it. But for now, let's bring our runners in. We have Curtis and Dave, as I mentioned before. What's up, Kurt and Dave? How you guys doing?
What's up? I'm doing good.
Doing pretty good.
All right, we're just about ready to start. Now, when I say go, you guys are just going to start your timers and start the game. And that's pretty much it. You guys have done this before, so I'm going to count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys, and I'll pull you back in when the race is over so we can have a talk, all right?
All right.
Pog. Let's go, dude.
This is exciting. It's been a while since we've done this, man. And by the way, guys, there's going to be a little bit of delay between these two because, you know, like one's from Europe, the other one's... where's Curtis from, actually? He's like...
East Coast somewhere, I think?
Somewhere,
in the east.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of delay, but we have individual timers on their own streams, so you can see where they are. It's going to be a little bit off, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's to be expected.
And I take it both these guys are doing the RSS route. I mean, the non-RSS route, my bad. The walk of shame.
Yeah, both of them in their PBs, they didn't do it. So I assume they're not going to go balls deep and start doing RSS now.
Yeah, they could get bold with it and decide to pull out the strap for the race, but you never know.
Hey, I mean, so Curtis and Dave, their PBs are like 8 minutes apart. So, I mean, if Davey's feeling crazy, dude, and he wants to do some catching up.
See, the thing is, though, 100% is one of those categories where, and by the way, I have salmon in my mouth, so if I sound like I'm choking on something, that's why. So I'm going to try to get through this while I'm chewing. Okay, so Dave is a veteran runner. He's been around for more than a couple of years now, and he has ran categories like 200% back when it was a thing, and NG plus 100 when it was a thing for a little bit. So he does have experience in this category for sure, like the later parts of the run, which now with new 100% in this new age, most of the category is cruise boosting now, because a lot of these all these levels like downtown and jellyfish are the same as they were in like old school 200%, where you would use the cheat codes to unlock the bubble bowl and cruise bubble early, and you can get all the spatulas and shiny objects and stuff. It was basically just cheat 100%, which is what it's called in the extensions boards now. So Dave's PB is like, he's only been back for a couple of days. You know how the de-rusting process goes. Every day, you get way, way better each time.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we'll see what they pull off. I mean, I think that Dave is definitely a contender to win this. It's going to be a close race, I think.
Oh, Dave's very capable, and 100% is one of those categories where it's just really hard to be consistent for nearly 2 hours, and there's so many things that can go wrong and go well that you just never know what's going to happen between two people that are as competitive as Curtis and Dave are.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Curtis kind of, so on the second building, he kind of walked in front of it, which is what you're supposed to do. I don't know if, for Dave, he walked around the second building. Now, I don't know if that's like a PAL thing, but
Great Barrier
it loses just a little bit of time. You can see he's probably just a little behind now. Kind of weird. I don't know. I'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, I forgot Dave's on a different version of the game technically.
Also, when you walking.
When you walk in.
When you walk in. By the way, I'll be right back. I have to put my food in the fridge.
No worries. Me and Josh will carry
No
the
problem.
commentary for a minute.
Heck yeah. What's up, boys? This is a takeover. Wait, the shift gone?
Yeah, he's gone. This is the Shift Channel takeover, boys. Josh and Parrot coming at your service, baby. Going into one of the worst segments ever because Treat 'em without Bubble Bowl is ass. Don't tell me otherwise.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like, this segment's actually dumb, dude. For those that don't know, I'm Outrageous Josh, and that's MV Parrot.
Yeah, our names are on screen too.
Yeah.
We got the fancy layout. We looking good.
Oh yeah. Hey, that was some solid RNG from Curtis, dude. I like it.
Yeah, that was actually nice. He lucked out with that one.
Great Barrier Reef!
At least with the Bubble Bowl, you can remove a little bit of the RNG, but when you're going into it raw like this, it's just,
There's
it's terrible.
so much variance, dude. It's
so much that can go wrong.
All right, then we
see if
got
Curtis can get
Rollbuck.
Rollbuck.
Oh,
I listened to him complain about Rollbuck for a solid 15 minutes, so if he can get it, I'm going to be proud of the man.
heck yeah. Oh.
At least he was able to recover off of it, though. He didn't go all the way down.
I just realized that the game audio was off, so let's get
Chat,
that.
you let us down on that one. You should have let us know.
Dave, dude, he almost got over to the chumbuck, but he barely missed it, dude. That's fricked. Dang. So they're both having a lot of trouble with this so far, but I got faith, fellas.
Let's see who gets it first. Like Curtis might get it this time.
Curtis looking
Does.
good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Dave. Oh, he fell off again, dude. Rough start, dude.
Just out of curiosity, because I feel like one of you guys would know this answer better than me. How much time do you actually lose if you opt to skip out of going for on top of the chum bucket and instead throw in some other spats if you miss Rollbuck?
Honestly, this category is so underdeveloped, it's hard to know. Like, personally, I never, looked into that stuff because I've never done anything but Rollbuck and RSS. But I have made a tutorial video that does do a non-RSS and Rollbuck route, so I never timed it, but it's there, I guess, if people want to time it. I know that Conquer did something like that at one point. Maybe he would know.
Yeah, I think Conquer did a route where he just, if he missed, or he just didn't even go for a Rollbuck, and instead he just got over the wall and did, Forbidden early or something like that.
That's what's exciting about this category, is that it's one of those, it's kind of uncharted territory in a lot of places, and I don't mean at top level. We know a lot about this category at top level for sure, but there aren't really too many defined routes and skill levels for a lot of the runners. There's not much help for the beginner level and intermediate level runners, you know? So we need to work on finding new routes that make the game easier for people to pick up. It's kind of like the revolution with any percent at one point, where I think it was follow the bouncing ball and across the dreamscape late, like this spatula that Kurt's getting here. When we figured out how to get these two things later while keeping I guess that was when Ballroom was found, and it was Early Towers Glide actually, yeah. Early Towers Glide allowed some of the mid-level and high-level runners to start doing this spatula later to avoid doing oil skip and the one-frame forbidden jump. Or just non-one-frame forbidden jump as well. Some people had trouble with it. So just stuff like that. If a new trick gets found, like that one where it makes the game more accessible, you can make newer routes that are still fast, but much more accessible for, lower level players and high level players.
True. Yeah, for sure. I feel like another thing that's exciting about this category is that lately it's felt almost on a weekly basis we're just finding out new things to test. Category, as we're all running it and watching it, is just still in its development process, and that's exciting.
Yeah, it wasn't really until SBA that people really started to care a bit more about this category, because it was kind of marked off as an obscure thing due to all the grinding in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. What was it? Before SBA, was it just Gulagoon grinding, King
Yeah,
of
you
the
just
Castle?
jumped off a bridge.
Yeah, fun times. Yeah, that's exciting to watch. You know.
Absolutely.
Hate SBA all you want. It made 100% top tier.
I mean, this is still a pretty close race, and SBA is still yet to come. I think we're going to see a lot of that trend in this tournament. The beginning of the run, the Bikini bottom section, where you skip to the end of the hub, and then SBA. Those two things are going to really determine, like, they're going to swing the race in either direction most likely. And then at the end, you have just 50 straight minutes of cruise boosting to really determine which player is going to come out on top.
Yeah, if it's anything like the NG Plus tournament went, we'll have several races that are just thrown way off by SBA.
Oh yeah.
With NG Plus, there's like hardly any time to recover for any of that stuff, though. Like, if you get a bad SBA, you're just done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at least in Hundo you have time to make up for it later on. But I'm curious if anyone will go for one Tiki that's in the bracket.
Well, it looks like definitely Curtis and Dave. Well, they both did 2 Tiki in their PBs. Although Dave did like a weird setup. He did the older 30 setup, where you like throw the Tiki all the way inside the machine. You go inside the machine, pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought nobody was doing that anymore, but yeah.
It's a little bit more consistent than the fast method if you can't get your throw right, but still losing some time by having to throw it all the way in the machine.
You know, this is still a pretty close race for, you know, like after RSS and those god-awful tricks.
Yeah, dude, early game is rough in this category.
Yeah, you love to see a close race even after all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, and we still got well over an hour to go, so
absolutely.
A lot can happen between here and the end, but nice to see it tight for right now.
I love the pacing of this category too. Like the first half hour, like you can kind of see the runners get their footing. It's still entertaining to see like who's ahead, who's behind. But then you get to the real meat in the cruise boosting section where like it's okay now. You know, you take what you got and the race is on, and that kind of like keeps you watching through the whole rest of the run. So I really like this run ramps up in pacing, kind of like any old school any %.
Yeah.
It gets more interesting as it goes on. I think with like like with NG Plus, I do think that category is really nice for racing. And I think also because it's short as well. But if NG Plus were like as long as 100% is, I feel like that lack of change in pace, like that no like the ramping up not existing, might make it a little bit harder to watch. You know.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't think it would be. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that Curtis got first try 1 frame.
Yeah, I saw that. That was clean.
Yeah, that was really sick. Too bad his setup was a little afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing about not having to cruise boost the entire run as opposed to NG Plus, I mean, you do get a good bit of cruise boosting in 100%, is that you do get that time to like kind of fill yourself out, and then boom, like that, you're just in the fast movement, fast-paced action for the rest of the run.
You know?
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good transition.
See, that any % runs have that same thing, but you don't have nearly as much time to make up for what happened before you got to cruise boosting in that category. This one, I think, is a much more fair evaluation of the runner's movement and diverse skills like spatula animation skips, and if you're crazy enough, DCBs, you know. Oh, Dave barely got that.
I think you're the only one crazy enough for
Dave
DCBs
is going
right
for
now.
this here, and I don't know if he knows that we ruled this to be maybe not slower, but he has to know that you have to wait for the cycle on the G-Love. Again, this is like a development in this category from yesterday, so hopefully he knows that you have to wait.
Well, let's see. This is actually really
that G-Love can be tricky.
This is intense. Oh, okay, there he goes.
He knows.
See, I feel like it's the same amount of time, because you gotta wait a couple of seconds anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
The amount of times I've accidentally locked onto that G-Love is embarrassing. No, all's fun until you lose 40 seconds to blowing the tint up.
Everybody gangs until the tank doesn't blow up.
You know, it's funny how that strat was found with the just walking straight off the pier and throwing the tiki immediately. We used to wait for the G-Lab to go all the way around, but one time Jared and I were in a call just watching like a random like new runner just playing the game, and he didn't know that you had to wait. So he walked off immediately and he still got it. We were like, what the hell? How'd he do that? And we realized that because we were so used to GameCube strats where you actually do have to wait for the cycle. On Xbox, you don't have to wait. And that's the origin of that strat. Just not waiting is a strat.
That's wild.
What a way to discover something. By total accident.
Dude, this is actually really close. I didn't expect it to be like.
Did you see that?
Ooh, yeah, that scared me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that sucks actually like tougher than it looks. Like it's not like a super tight jump, but like it's really easy to mess up if you're not paying attention. Or maybe that's just me being stupid, but you know.
Oh no, you're right, dude. You're right. This category in general, like if you start auto-piloting, you're gonna mess up something. Like guaranteed. There's just so much to do.
Now the robot's taking a beating out there.
We in the freaking dome.
Not really much that could go wrong here. Just well, as I say that, Curtis gets hit by Sandy a little bit, but
Oof.
just get your manips right and you're pretty good.
Bling! The old clothesline move.
I think Dave actually, in his PB, I know it's probably his first run back, his first PB back to the category, but
Robot's losing its
yeah, I think he lost like 20 or something in Poseidon. I don't remember how it happened, but it's just weird
Let's
to
appreciate
see.
how close this is for how long Dave's been out of the game, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because the first part of this category is just not easy.
Also, I do want to bring up the capture card that Dave's using looks really good, and guess what? It's only like 35 bucks. Just a GV USB 2. If you're thinking about getting into this game as a speedrun, you can check that out on like Amazon. Use the card command in my chat if you're watching on Twitch. You can definitely tell like it's a solid card.
Great barrier
It's
reef.
nice and cheap, and it's great for getting into speedrunning.
Yeah, if you've ever thought about running this game, look on Facebook Marketplace for Xboxes. You can find plenty of them for
Facebook
about 60 or
Marketplace,
less
huh?
most of the time. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Facebook Marketplace is the most clutch thing in existence for finding
'Cause
Xbox.
it's
I
all
got my
fucking boomers
Xbox
selling
4
shit they don't know
controller.
what they're worth.
Yeah, I got my Xbox 4 controllers and a carrying bag for 40 bucks.
God dang.
So check your marketplace.
I don't want to keep the Xbox in storage. I just want to grill for God's sake.
Let me get rid of this damn PlayStation thingy here.
When you grilling,
We be grilling.
The old clothesline move.
GV gang rise up.
I know there are a lot of people in this community that use the GV USB 2, and I do not blame them.
Yeah.
Univo was the one who kind of led the charge on like the, like, hey, you can get really good quality out of this thing, even though it's not that expensive. Just if you do
Truly
the
a trendsetter.
interlacing right and you have the right color resolution, you know, it looks good.
Yeah, Dave's looks better than mine. Now I feel bad about spending $150 on a capture card, but what can you do?
Which one you got?
I have the Elgato. Like, somebody's gonna shit on me in chat for that one, but
Yeah, the stream knows.
yeah,
This-
stream knows
horror
Elgato bad.
stories.
I'm just the only person that has like never had an issue with Elgato products. That's all.
You're 1 in a million.
I mean, like,
Truly.
in terms of quality, Elgato's like the same as AverMedia. They're both
Yeah.
just like high-end consumer grade cards, but if you want like the upper end, like above the consumer grade, you got to go with like an OSSC and a Vision E1S.
Yeah, it's on
That's,
my
like-
investment list for sure.
Yeah, those things they're worth the investment, man. That's what I use on my stream. That crispy quality.
Yeah, I need that in my life. But big broke right now, so not happening. Maybe
like
I'll
that
fork out 40 or 50 bucks for my check to get some component cables, but Other than that, we thum in with the Elgato for now.
Yeah,
The
so it's only
Xbox in
like a
general has
40
like terrible interlaced gameplay, and this game does not support progressive scan, unfortunately. So it's very hard to make it look good.
Oh yeah. So
Alright, we
kudos to
got
anybody that does.
SBA setting up, boys.
It's happening.
Yeah, and they're only like 40 seconds apart, so like this is nothing when it comes to
First
SBA.
giant swing in the game.
Curious to see what happens here.
Oh yeah,
I
same.
mean, it's still 2 Tiki, so like,
True.
yeah. Tiki on Tiki action.
Lewd.
I wish we still had Shift T for this moment.
But you got the 30, though.
We do have the 30, boys. Get them ready. It's coming.
We were damn close to 6K. Next year, though.
Really were. Really were. That was an impressive month.
Oh, yeah.
What
yeah,
was the
boys.
peak?
If you've never, if you've never seen 2 Tiki strats before, I know a lot of people like get intimidated about learning this game because they see 1 Tiki and they're like, fuck that. This is the normal strat that most people use. It only loses like 20 seconds. It's super
much easier.
super free. Actually, wait, did Curtis get
Ooh,
that Tiki looks a
that
little bit
looks
high.
off. Yeah.
It could still work.
I think he really
Dave threw his Tiki
Oh,
off
never
the
mind,
edge.
it's free. Alright, cool. It might actually pop out, I don't know. Perhaps.
Ooh, Dave might have to reload here. Yep.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
See, this is what you mean. This is pretty much the worst thing that can happen when it comes to T-Tiki. Just messing up the setup.
Yeah. Your ball either pops out or you accidentally throw a Tiki off the ledge like Dave did, and suddenly you're set back a pretty decent amount. But you know, still plenty of race left.
Oh yeah.
Not the worst thing that could have happened.
Ooh.
Oh.
Guess we'll see what happens.
Pretty good tower climb by Curtis. Hate that trick with a passion. So much better than paying the claim though. Oh, Dave's actually going for the version of 2T, the slower version where you go inside the machine, so.
Yeah. This is what he did in his PB too.
We'll see how much Curtis actually pulls ahead off all this.
Yeah, he's good on
Looks like it
shinies.
should be good though.
Solid SBA.
Oh, I guess he takes more. Guess just being safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no reason not to be.
Could never have too many shinies, boys.
As long as you got enough to pay for what you need.
Still, though, we have to mention that it's not over. There's still so much more to be played.
Oh yeah, for
Hour
sure.
plus.
So many things that can go wrong from here.
That's interesting. Curtis goes straight to the slide that's below. That might actually be faster.
That's one thing I will give Curtis credit for. He is very knowledgeable about this game. He knows what he's talking about. So
I think
He
that
does
this
something
game
like
just has
that.
very like this category has like very poor like our communication is not the best right now when it comes to new strats and small optimizations.
yeah, that too. Might have to look in to see if
It's
that's
not
actually
figured
faster
out
at
yet.
all. 'Cause this is the only category we do this in anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we also do it in ALS, but who plays
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah. Nobody plays that. It's such an obscure category. But hey, that stuff in Kelp Caves coming in clutch for ALS.
I thought there was actually a strat that I think that Roberto found some strat where you go around out of bounds to get that crystal, but it might actually be slower. Who knows? I don't know. Well, either way, he found both of them, so.
I just hope that one day we can get some more kelp content in other categories, but I don't know if I see that
That's how it
happening.
used to be in the past, man. It just got cut.
Such a fun segment.
When did you come in this community, Parrot?
I've been watching since like probably like December of last year.
Okay, so
But I started
might
running in
remember
April.
NG Plus with like campers and stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Never actually got to do it.
Damn.
I have a weird
Sadly, no.
timeline with the community.
So that's
This is why I like 100 more now.
You get to do everything, and it's just nice.
But the thing is, like, doing everything now has such a different connotation than it did a year ago. 'Cause we found strats for everything. It used to be casual for a lot of stuff. Back in my day, we used to play Wackatiki with Patrick.
God, love me some Wackatiki. It was actually fun playing casually, though. Like, just the little things like that that they added into the game were just fun.
Yeah, a lot of personality and care.
Of course, now playing the game, if I was to do that casually, I'd probably get mad. Because I'm like, damn, this is slow. Like, I know I can just get the sock otherwise.
Dude, I
It
think
used
it's
to
just
actually
music.
frustrate me doing that in runs, yeah.
It's
Back in the day
tilting.
with like 139 attempts.
Like, I let one of my friends play a copy of my game a few months ago, and he watches you as well, and I saw him implementing some speedrun strats into his casual run, and I was like, okay.
Dude, it's addictive, man. It's like
It really is.
They can't resist it.
Speedrun tricks are like a drug.
Especially in this game, or like once you watch a speed run of it, you cannot unsee it at all.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
a
I would
3D
have such a
platformer.
hard
It's
time
like,
playing
it's
this
not a
casually.
story-driven game. You can just do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I just do things.
Still haven't seen the movie.
This,
Nope.
Wait,
this
you've
fight
you've
is
never
so
seen the
good when
movie?
it's done well, dude. Like when you get like an instant kill, like knock them all out in like 3 or 4 hits.
Yeah, that feels
Alright,
good.
Dave's gotta be. Oh, I think he's dead. All right, well, hopefully he knows the backup strat here.
Gotta love that lasso. That is definitely not where he wanted it to go.
You hate to see it, dude.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, if you're just getting in here now, the reason why their timers are off sync is because Dave is from the EU, so he's going to be a little bit more delayed. But as I was saying, the backup strat here, if you die once here, you can kill the Chuck and destroy the duplicator, and this fight instantly ends. You don't have to destroy everything else, so hopefully he knows that. It seems like he doesn't, though. He could have just hit the
Well-
Chuck and hit the duplicator and just left the other robots.
Think you just saved my life in the future?
Yeah,
Because I had no idea that was a thing.
So like in the past, actually, back when Alex97 was more active in the community, we were like trying to figure out a way to like reproduce this thing that he got where he just instantly he did a ball boost and landed next to the duplicator, hit it, and then just instantly ended the fight. But recently we ruled out that it wasn't actually a strat. It was just like when he was doing it over and over again to try and make a consistent setup, he accidentally like died at one point, and that caused it to caused it to work that way. So for like 2 years we thought that there was like a swingers instant fight strap, and it was just really like, yeah, it was nothing. But now we have DCBs, and that's probably going to be a thing within the next year. DCB, Sandy's dream.
Oh yeah, hasn't Four been working on that lately? I know he's been doing a lot of stuff
Yeah,
with
Four and I have been,
DCBs,
like-
just in every level really.
Four and I have been like working on it like on and off, trying to get that thing to work. I attempt it sometimes, like after my runs.
There are just
Mostly Four, though, who's looking for these
so
things,
many
though.
new things on the table with DCBs being RTA viable in certain spots. It's just
Have you seen the one in Jellyfish Rock?
yeah, I saw him working on that yesterday.
That one's only 15 seconds. It's gonna get to the point where we gotta do that shit though. Just like
Oh,
the
yeah.
one frame
That's
jumps
nuts.
in any percent.
This category is not going to get any easier.
Oh, absolutely not, no.
And who knows, maybe DCBs will actually end up getting implemented into other categories for time save if we need them. Like,
Oh,
there's
for
just
sure.
so
They
many
definitely will.
opportunities on the board here.
Oh.
And at least DCBs look cool.
As a matter of fact, any percent might actually get Larry Time Challenge back if DCBs get implemented there.
Oh yeah. Good old any percent. Dave's still not too far behind right now, all things considered.
Yeah, relative to how much longer we have to play. Still got over an hour left.
There are definitely still some tricky segments to go. By the way, have you seen the thing Rubber posted where you bowl from like right when you get up of security tunnel skip to hit that button?
Oh, that was 4.
Oh, was it 4? I thought it was Rubber
Yeah, it's
for
a
some
lag
reason.
bowl thing. It's
That
technically
actually saved
faster than
time.
like getting fucked up by the ARF, but it's not as fast as doing the bowl boost off the top.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because the bowl boost leads to damage boosts, and it's just like the fastest way to do it.
I just peep that channel
Oh,
every now and then and I'll
Dave's
see
got
something.
one more shot to get this thing. There we go.
Good stuff.
Now he's gonna not take damage doing the left funnel. Let's see if he even thinks about that.
He's gonna go for the underwear. Smart call.
Okay.
Better than taking the death here, I suppose. For sure. Now he just has to not get hit by the cannon, but that should be all right.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, BRB boys.
All right. Curtis is heading into Sand Mountain
Great
1
Barrier
here.
Reef!
Pretty good stuff out of both of them so far, just minus the little hiccups in SBA from Dave.
I've got.
I'm just gonna take some time to acknowledge some subscribers and donations.
Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
won't make those guys wait any longer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, viewer video, thank you for the 4 months, man. Lack, thank you for the 3 months. Snap Gorgon, thank you for the 5 months. Nanners, thank you for the 5 months as well. Drown, thank you for the 2 months. Drown the Light, appreciate it, man. Much appreciate the resub from last month. Cupid, thank you for the 5 months. Sheds, thank you for the 4 months. Colpun, thank you for the 23 months, almost 2 years. And Mebby, thank you for the 5 months. Yeah, this is the first run tonight. This is the first race. We had some scheduling conflict earlier, so we had to cancel one of the races and push it back until Sunday. But also Twitch was just kind of fucked up in general, so we had to, you know, wait for it to come back up. Curious to see what routes in the Krusty Krab these guys go for. How far are you into learning this parrot?
Really all I have left to do is just familiarize myself with where I'm supposed to go and when, and then I need to just suck it up and learn Sand Mountain 2. I've just been putting that off for so long because
Gotcha.
I don't want to.
Yeah, it's kind of a long segment if you're not doing the stupid strats.
Yeah, I'm not doing any. Well, the only stupid strat I'm doing I'm trying to get Sand Mountain with Sandy and the timer. It's the only really
Oh, that's just
special
like
thing
that's
I'm
just
doing
like
there.
standard stuff. Definitely just do that. Yeah.
It's just getting all the stocks and in the time window is a little bit tough at first. Just takes some practice.
Krusty Krab is low key one of the most technical levels in the game.
Super underrated, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, this is actually super difficult. Like the first time I actually sat down and practiced this, I was really having a hard time. I did not expect that.
Doing it really fast is like really hard. Like consistently under a minute each time is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into the pathing for it a little bit better because I haven't really dived into that yet.
Yeah, there are a bunch of different paths you can take based on the difficulty you're trying to take up. Also, Leap, thank you for the 10 months, man. Welcome back.
Wait, hold up. You remember me resubbing the other day, right?
I think maybe?
Where the fuck did my badge go?
I don't know. Maybe I don't
And my
remember
email,
it.
whatever. Twitch is weird. I'm just gonna chalk it up to them being screwy tonight. Unless it just let me do it without charging my card.
Looks like SpongeBob's in for a rough ride.
Oh, so Curtis has got like a few minutes on Dave at this point.
Yeah, it's got a whole guppy mound.
Guppy.
Guppy.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting into the real difficult stuff coming soon. So, I mean, anything can still happen.
Yeah, a real fun portion of the run.
Very fun. I wonder when these two runners do Sand Mountain 2, actually.
They both do it late.
Oh,
Unless
that's gonna
Curtis has just recently switched. Which I
Okay.
noticed a few people have been doing that lately.
be... Yeah, because that's a huge factor. Huge factor.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna do it early. Just so I don't have to freak myself out at the end of a run.
Yeah, it's not fun when you're like a few minutes ahead and then you miss like SM1Z or something. And it's like, this
Yeah, that's how I
PB's
used to do it back in like, well, before DCB, because I moved it earlier. I finally caved in because of
Yeah.
DCBs, but I used to do Sand Mountain 70 minutes in, which for
Oh,
me
yeah,
is
you're-
like 10 minutes before the run's over. So
With
Yeah, I don't
DCB,
blame
your
you.
SM2 is so brutal that I don't blame you for that at all.
yeah, it's just not worth it.
Better to lose a run 35 minutes in than it is 35, 40 minutes in than it is to, you know, right at the end of a run.
Look at that. The robots made
I think it's debatable too, like whether that's actually the case though, because you definitely play differently after you get a really good Sand Mountain. Oh no, Curtis.
No!
You know,
Actually,
I
that was
almost
only
brought
one
up
hit.
that was a possibility
Oh.
earlier, but I didn't want to
God.
jinx it, so maybe I just mentally
Yeah,
jinxed
so
it.
I think what happened there is maybe he dropped an input when he was trying to get off the box, but that's the reason why. Again, these are like the small things you gotta take note of. You kind of just learn from getting your ass beaten for years at a time.
Yeah.
Whenever you go for that that vomit interruption, you always walk to the right of the box. You never walk toward the big platform, so you have enough time to see if you get your jump.
Yeah, learn that on the hard
see
way, and
see what Curtis
suddenly
just did there. So he's learning now.
I
Always
messed
walk.
up a lot in pad
yeah.
early on.
You got to account, especially in like situations where you don't lose time if you play it safely. Always account for like, if I drop an input here, I'm gonna die. You know.
Yeah. It's like you never expect it to happen, but when it does happen, it's not fun.
Yeah.
The next
If
thing you know,
watch my
your next
100%
PB has 4
runs, you'll
minutes of
always
time
see,
save.
like, after I get hit like this, like he's about to do again, always walk to the right. Yeah, he's kind of doing it now. Yep, there you go. That's the process, man. You gotta fail
Yeah,
so many
learn it.
times to eventually, you know, succeed, as they say it.
Big facts.
When you swinging.
When you swing in. This fight was at, like K-Way said it, but this fight was low-key hard casually. Like
I don't
honestly.
even remember. I don't have too many memories of this game when I was a kid. Most of my memories around this game from when I was a kid are just from like being with friends and family and like what the occasion was, not necessarily the gameplay itself. I do remember one distinct moment though. I found a way to generate shiny objects without doing anything. I left the game on at night, like behind one of the duplicatrons in Lighthouse, and it would just constantly farm them because all the robots would run into the electric gate and self-destruct. So I was just having it sitting there, and the light switch in my room that I was playing the game in wasn't connected to any lights, but to the actual power in the room. So somebody came in the room and tried to turn the light on and just turned it off, and I raged so hard. That was the first time of many I would rage at this game.
Man was breaking this game before he was breaking the game.
Anyway, I don't think this is undoable for Dave. I mean, obviously, they have like at least 50 minutes left to play.
Oh yeah, that little mishap by Curtis is...
Yeah, the death is gonna...
bite him a little bit.
If Dave can capitalize on that, he can definitely close this gap.
As long as he has a clean pap fight, it should close the gap a pretty decent bit from where he was at. Just get the manips on point and don't die, and he should be set.
Alright,
Oh
so
boy.
what is Curtis gonna opt to do first? Are you in downtown first?
I believe he goes to downtown, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I really hate that downtown is the start of the hand segment because I would love to do downtown immediately after, or like at least like C Needle first and then DCB, because C Needle with the cruise boost strats is actually brutal, and I definitely lose my fair share of runs there.
Oh yeah, it looks a lot easier than it probably actually is, because I've never tried it myself.
Yeah, you have to be very careful because when you get off the bungee, you have to make sure you're facing the correct direction. The timing for it is pretty tight. The cycle is actually very tight, so you gotta go as fast as you can. Just kind of make sure you're facing the right way. The chuck is way better at hitting you because cruise boosting kind of like vectors you in one direction. Yeah, it's just like very stressful. And of course, like you can't get hit a single time. You can't hit any of the thunder tikis, otherwise it's over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was the first thing I thought of, like making oh my god, Curtis. Unlucky sync. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. Like getting hit by a thunder tiki just ruins that completely.
Yeah, it's a rough strat. Definitely one of the hardest strats in the run. I would say I have more trouble with that than I do with DCB. But that could also just be the amount of time spent practicing it. And also, like, you know, if you mess that up once, the whole cycle just falls apart. With DCB, if you mess it up, you can just try again.
True.
I think we're going to see fundamentals come into play a lot here when it comes to Dave's potential comeback. Because, like I said, he has a lot of experience with the longer cruise boosting categories. And he's also been playing for quite a long time. Probably, I think he has like at least half a year on Curtis, maybe a year of an experience.
Yeah, dude, Dave's been around forever.
Yeah, man. He's been in this community forever. I don't know how long he's been running for, but he used to be called, his name on Twitch was called Sin Needle at one point, as like kind of like a meme, because he was like one of Sin's viewers. Only the real OGs remember Sin.
Curtis got schmacked. Holy.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, probably one too many stories.
Unfortunately, yeah. I know more about that man's life than I should.
That's the internet, man. That's the internet.
Blessing and a curse.
Alright, let's see what Curtis goes in for and see, you know, he just busted out. He just busted out the CB needle, nails it.
Yo.
Never done it before in his life. He's just like, fuck it, dude. We're balling out today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just kind of did it.
I was feeling myself, man. I knew today was the day.
Big day.
Yeah, I've seen this done like once or twice. You know, I just figured I'd give it a try.
You know, I'm pretty good at sight reading things, so.
I think I'm pretty good at normalcy. You know, why not? You know, why not?
Can't be that much harder, right?
Can't be that much.
Definitely
I
seems
know
like
how
there are a
to
lot of
cruise boost.
intricacies to CB needle.
I know how to cruise boost. I know how to C needle. This can't be that hard.
Bada boom, bada bing. Put the two together.
Actually, the reason why the Sin Needle joke was even a thing was because Sin was notorious for having bad C needles. So it'd be pretty ironic if Dave messes it up, or if he actually gets it. You know, that'd be pretty dope. Redemption.
Redemption arc for C needle.
I mean,
Need to
so
sit down and
far,
actually learn the
we've seen
tiki cycles
Dave,
one day.
or excuse me, we've seen Curtis, like, he's had a pretty rocky start with this downtown.
Oh,
He missed
yeah.
buttons for a bit. His C needle's looking a little bit rough. Let's see if Dave's fundamentals come into play here, allowing him to catch up. Because remember, we got a lot of game left to play. There's actually a route here that Dave should look into, where you get this, you bash on top of the little thing on top of the building to get the wheel first, and then you just go around the back end to get to the G-Love area with the fallen buildings and the trampolines. I'm not explaining this very well, but yeah, there's a route you can do if you're not cruise boosting off Mrs. Puff. It's a little bit faster. Yeah, Dave nailed those buttons. Here comes the fundamentals, boys. Yeah, Curtis is giving Dave a little bit of leeway here. It may not seem like it, but the gap is closing just a little bit.
Yeah, I think Dave made one mistake in the path fight. I saw him slam when trying to take the damage of the rapid goo attack. I think that was just an accidental input, but other than that,
when he died, that's not even a big time loss, really.
No,
like
at least it was on the first cycle there. You know, you don't have to worry about it for the other two.
That's the only part of the cycle where you have to actually go out there and like go super deep to get that to work.
Yeah.
So it's never really that big of an issue.
See how Dave's C needle goes. Curtis moving into Jellyfish Fields.
Does Dave not get that other wheel on top of the boat yet? Or is he just like doing a different downtown route or something? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I remember the first run I attempted never finished. I totally forgot about that wheel. Like I was just in SBA autopilot, grab it after needle.
Hopefully he isn't at Puff wondering why he's not getting the spatula.
Maybe he's listening. Maybe he heard us say that, and he'll remember it now.
Alright, I looked away. How's Dave doing with the C needle?
Not bad so far.
Yeah, his first two waves weren't bad.
He's definitely catching up bit by bit. Taking a little bit of safe route and waiting on that chuck. I like that move.
Now I think he actually might be a little. Oh, actually, I think he's got this. Oh no, never mind. He's way off.
Not bad. Not a bad recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the. Oh, I thought that was the third bungee for some reason. I looked away again. Oh, it is the third bungee. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, that was the third bungee.
Well, shows you how much you know about this game.
That chuck in C needle is an asshole.
True.
Yeah, as I was saying, like with cruise boosting, that chuck is 10 times harder to avoid.
Oh yeah.
And that strat only saves like 11 seconds. But you gotta nail it to save the time, otherwise you just lose time.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Curtis entering the
buttons,
caves.
man.
Yeah, he's missing so many buttons this run. Holy crap. Ooh, that's rough.
I feel for Curtis. I am so bad at hitting buttons with a cruise boost. It's embarrassing. Coming up on caves though, which I think is a very fun segment. Geode clips a little bit of an ass, but
I guess he died.
fun
Yeah,
trick.
Curtis is like, the mistakes are kind of like piling up a little bit. I don't know if it's like pressure, maybe just like he was focusing on practicing early game stuff, because you know that roll
I think it's
is a
just
pretty
hard,
scary
dude.
one for him.
This
Yeah.
stuff is just difficult.
It's
be
hard to
honest.
stay consistent for the entirety of 100%
Oh,
run.
absolutely, especially under pressure, for sure. All right, well he's got that going.
geode clip,
Oh,
though.
he does without cruise boosting. Okay, respectable.
Yeah,
Respectable.
that's real safe.
Yeah, that's a tricky spot to cruise boost off of, so I don't blame him.
SpongeBob fucking dies.
Rip. Get some shift rips in the chat for SpongeBob.
He did.
Man, this gap has really closed in the past like 10 minutes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, man, like this is bread and butter for Dave. He's been doing this for years.
Really, the only like real slip up he's had so far was SBA. Other than that, it's been pretty clean run
For
for him.
new stuff.
Right. Oh man. You know, the thing is, they're both struggling. Just Dave, not as hard these days. Not as hard.
Ooh,
I
tough
feel-
on that rock skip.
This is what I was saying, is the leaderboards are not an accurate representation of skill right now. These guys
Yeah,
haven't
no,
updated
yeah.
their times. You know, the category is just starting to get more
Barrier
optimized.
reef.
Yeah, we still got a lot of Bob left to play, boys. Also, Killian, thank you for the 33 months. Much appreciated, man. As always.
Love you, Killian.
That hurts. Hate
Alright,
missing that
are
clip.
any of these boys going for Drain the Lake? Wonder
I
if
doubt
Curtis
it.
will do it to try and increase the gap.
I
I don't
Maybe.
think I don't think he does lag clips in general.
He doesn't. I think when I watched him stream, his layout has something bad about lag clips on it. It just says lag clips are bad.
One of my
under his
favorite
webcam.
layouts of all time in this community was Conquer Hacks' donation goal for Family Guy hoodie. And it was just a picture of a Family Guy hoodie. One of the greatest memes ever. This is
Top
like
tier.
2 years ago. What's funny, I
Top
love
tier.
this community, man. It's like a family. You see all these guys grow up and go through school and fucking start going to college. It's like, it's weird. I think that Conquer is like graduating this year. It's kind of crazy. I've known him for like 3 years.
Yeah, I'm glad I started running this game and getting in the community. Everyone's real tight-knit and friendly, and I've had no complaints so far. It's been nice. Gained a lot of friends out of it.
Yeah, man, it's the storylines, and you know, people usually say like a game needs like world record competition to have like to make storylines that are actually compelling and interesting. But this community's all been about. It's always been about just the progression of the game itself and the friends you made along the way. It's always been about showing people this game is more than just a SpongeBob game. That's what I like about it, though. It's like it's different. It's not like some of the more popular games where it's like this guy took the record and then this guy took the record and there was beef between these players. It's like, nah,
Yeah.
we don't need any of that stuff, you know.
Yeah, there's really no animosity towards everyone. Everyone's, if there's any competition, it's all just friendly. I'm gonna bop you off the leaderboard competition. It's not like actually like fuck
honestly
this guy. I'm taking his
nothing
time.
more than that.
Yeah.
Never anything more than that.
It's weird because just about every other speed game I've watched, people get real uptight about leaderboards, and I'm like, it's
seriously,
not
like,
that big of a
'cause
deal.
The conflict for this game, there's always like some sort of drama behind some community, but the conflict in this game has always been just outer, where it's proving to people who don't believe in it and dislike it or dislike us for playing it. And it's always been trying to prove something to them, not ourselves, amongst each
Yeah.
other. We're all on the same team here, and that's what I like about it. It's unique.
Yeah, we've just got the common goal of wanting to see the game grow and progress, and it's real nice.
You would think for a game this difficult and requiring so much technical skill to play, like it would be more about, you know, beating the other guy, but there's something really wholesome about it that it never really got to that point.
Yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic. But end of the day, glad this is the game I picked.
Fixie makes a good point. The harder the game gets, the more wholesome the community gets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's us against the game now.
Yeah, we stopped beefing with each other, and now we're just beefing with the game. Curtis on his way to Dark Souls.
Dave is really catching up, man. He's about a minute and a half away from Dave now. I mean, Dave is Dave is a minute and a half away from Curtis. Yes.
That's wild. There was like a 4-minute gap at one point.
No, there really was.
Wild.
Like we said towards the beginning, anything can happen. These runs are so
Do you think
brutal,
that
and you have
museum
to
is
stay
going to be a pivotal
consistent.
point for these guys?
What was that?
Do you think that museum is going to be a pivotal point for these guys?
You see, museum is one of those tricks that you're so used to just hitting consistently, but it's so easy to mess up that I think it has potential to be a turning point. Like, I think Dave could either make up some time or Curtis could
sleep on where you
widen the
can
gap.
easily mess it up.
Yeah.
Especially like the teeter bash, like people just mess that up all the time. For some reason, I never see it coming. It's strange. Even like when I miss it, sometimes I never see it coming, so people just sleep on it.
There are just so many things that can go wrong at the beginning of that rock bottom segment as you're getting into museum. That chuck can hit you. You can accidentally miss getting on the shush tikis to get up there. You can
Every
miss
one
the
of
turret
these
bash.
levels,
There's just so many
honestly, is
things.
so volatile. It'd be crazy if in this tournament we see somebody miss the time trial for Sandy if they're not going for Larry time challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry slide skip.
Do either of these guys go for LTCS?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Excuse me, what was that?
I was asking if either of these guys went for LTCS, but
I doubt it. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It saves 30 seconds in this category, so if you get it second try, you're still good. But if you miss it twice, you're starting to give the player, your opponent, an advantage.
Yeah, and
Dude,
for as long
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
for as long as LTCS has been around, there's still just not a huge amount of people that use it.
It's one of those tricks, man.
Yep.
You know, Fast Nut, like, it just kind of just dissolved as something that I've been doing it since forever, but I think the only other runner to ever, like, I guess Rubber Toe used it for like a little tiny bit, like a week or so. I think that Jared used it to like clutch a PB, like a D-Rust PB or something. But I don't think anybody else is really like committed to it to like do it like indefinitely in their route, and it just got phased out and it just died.
Which one?
Fast Nut.
Oh, Fast Nut. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Same thing with RCB Museum. Actually, that was one where like literally nobody else did it.
Oh yeah.
that strat was really one that got lost in time.
Rest in peace, Fastnut. May you live on forever through DJ Fastnut.
Still technically alive in like no SBA and NG+. But Fast Nuts days are just like, that thing only saves like 10 seconds now, man. It just keeps getting
Crazy.
less and less worth it.
Yeah,
Used to
it's
save
not
15.
easy. There's just so many other things that have come along to where you don't really need it as much.
When it was a thing, it was kind of like one Tiki where like people tried it for a bit and they said, wow, fuck this, and they just stopped immediately. Except for you, Parrot, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know why you still do that shit, man.
Look, I don't know. Maybe I like torture.
Stockholm. Zim's not even doing it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Zim was there every stream for a week straight. 70 hours of that shit.
Yeah, I was there
You
for
know what
like
that does
two
to a
different
man?
ones, and I'm like, fuck it, man. No,
This
once,
rock
once
sucks,
actually,
by the way.
I'm probably
Dave's
doing
really
two
gotta
Tiki.
get this quickly. He's letting Curtis get away again.
I hate the boost off this rock. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it. I'm not good at it.
I really hate the turbo nut meme. It's literally just the same thing, but you just don't double jump spin. Exact same trick.
Yeah. I can only do Turbo Nut, but I can't do Fast Nut, boys. Sad.
Just want to point out how clean of a museum that was for Curtis. That was really nice.
I'm glad he remembered that sock too. I didn't
Yeah.
even think
See,
of that.
like, there are two different strategies there. You can get the sock first to make sure you don't forget it, which is what I do. Or you can just do it after to make sure, like, if you mess up the cruise boost, you can just go down and get the sock. It's like if you mess up the cruise boost more than 4 times, excuse me, more than 3 times, you can't make the cycle. So what Curtis would do is just go down there and get the sock after.
Smart. It's kind of like in Goo Lagoon.
Did he just go for that shit?
What did he do?
Damn, he really just went for MSAS in a race.
Oh my god.
I don't know why, but that would be
Trying to
pretty
catch
dope
up.
if he got it.
Yeah, that
Does
trick
he
is
know that
foreign
he
to
still
me.
has a chance to win? I don't know if he's watching Curtis's stream, but like,
It's still kind of close, dude.
yeah, like I don't know why he did that.
Oh,
That
I
was-
thought you were
that
talking
was a
about
pretty
Curtis for
Chad
some
move,
stupid
though.
reason.
Oh no, Curtis.
I thought you were talking about Curtis. I like what the fuck is IMSAS? Now you're talking about the animation skip.
Yeah,
Dave
spatula
went
animation
for.
skip. We're trying to like redefine some of these terms too. Like we're trying to redefine, because there are different ways to do spatula animation skips. We're trying to call that R canceling now instead of like 1 frame spatula skip or whatever. We could like some drawn out thing. Because when you touch the spatula and press R on the same frame you touch it, you can skip collecting the spatula. You can skip watching it completely.
Yeah, there are a couple different animation skip
Yeah.
types, so it's nice to kind of
So we're
separate
trying
them.
to call that R canceling now, but MSAS is still like what people are used to hearing it as. I
It's a
guess
little
it'd be
bit quicker to say,
MRC,
so.
Museum R cancel. There are a lot of different celebration skips, man. It's again, that's the same problem that calling it spatula skip is spatula animation skip. There are a lot of different ways to do it. We're just trying to be more specific with how we categorize things. So when that world record progression video gets made,
Pog.
yeah, we're gonna be working on that encyclopedia, just to make sure everything is accurate before that starts.
Exciting stuff.
Oh,
Ooh.
Man, Curtis is giving Dave a lot of leeway now. Another thing
That
too is
that platform's stupid.
yeah, what Curtis has to watch out for now. How many? He has 2 lasers right now. Is that
Yeah.
okay? So he's actually fine. But if you do that with 1 or 0 lasers activated, it actually causes a problem because you get locked into the cutscene for longer for some reason. I'm not sure why, but if you die in the middle of lasers, you get a longer cutscene. So what happens sometimes, like if you like drop an input or die on the like after the first laser, and you go for the second laser with the cutscene skip where you just float down the platform and go toward the trampoline. What'll happen if you die before that is you get a longer cutscene than usual, so you'll just fall straight into the ditch and die again, and it's just the most tilting shit in the world. But if you're doing it for the 3rd laser, you have to die anyway, so it's not a problem.
Ooh, Dave cut it real close on that.
That's actually
Okay,
really cool.
so Dave just actually got the thing that I was referring to, dropping an input on the first laser, which is a pretty common mistake if you don't know the reasoning for why that can happen. So the yellow text in the game, like for SBA, for actually I think the SBA is a unique one where you can still like you can do actions during it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just wrong about that, but I would assume if it's going up to like 30 times per second, you'd still be able to jump during it. There are action canceling text boxes in this game, like the checkpoints and like the artwork, like saying you found all the artwork, right? So when those text boxes come up, they're still text boxes, so it eats your first input. Okay, see, Dave got the thing that I was talking about, but he actually, luckily, unless he was somehow going for that, landed in front of the shish tiki, so it caught him. So that was the thing I was talking about earlier, where you get the longer cutscene if you die first. You got to be careful and not go for that cutscene skip. So yeah, so Dave, that's just like a knowledge thing. If he goes back and watches this again, he'll understand those 2 things, and he won't make those mistakes again. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, what happened there was Dave got his jump input eaten because he didn't realize that, you know, the text box from the collecting the final piece of artwork eats your input. So you always have to press A and then press A again. You gotta be very careful there to make sure you don't die.
Good information. 'Cause I had no idea that was a thing.
That's the thing, Sky. It's like some checkpoints, some text boxes, like SBA doesn't do it. Some checkpoints, I guess, don't do it.
Hey, I like that.
Nice cutscene
Little
skip from
cutscene
Curtis.
skip.
This game has a lot of weird shit because many different people worked on many different levels individually. And that's how the lead game designer chose to do it. And it's kind of amazing that they were able to build such a coherent game that also has a very nice difficulty curve. Just pretty impressive for having so many different hands on it and looking at it different times. Also, Curtis with the date and time strats, unless that was unintentional for some reason. Maybe it is a rainbow day for some reason. I always love seeing the American flags in like the different colors, like the green, the pink. People set their date and time during races to show it off.
Yeah, it's just small little details like that.
Dates
Yeah.
and stuff.
If you guys are trying to set it for your own races in the future, for some of you aspiring runners watching now who are up and coming in the community, you can set your date to April 1st for pink. You could set it to St. Patrick's Day for green, Halloween for orange. It's like a brighter orange, not like the orange is red that's usually is. Independence Day in the United States for red, white, and blue. And there are several holidays that show the rainbow flames, but one of the theories is that maybe it's like their developer birthdays. Maybe they did them for that. But the one that most people are familiar with is New Year's Day. You can set it to.
Lit.
Yeah.
Another one of those things where so much thought and love was put into this game.
Sky brings up a good point that this category, now that this is being raced instead of any percent or NG+, you can actually do stuff like that to show it off.
Oh yeah, because you don't actually get to see any of those in NG+.
Yeah, not really. You only get to see it for a very brief
Kelp.
moment in the cutscene entering Kelp Forest, and if you do older strats in Graveyard, there's a tubelet in that little ship area before the goo tanker.
I always found it weird that that enemy was so limited in this game compared to everything else.
Well, it's a tier 3 enemy. You don't start seeing them until the end. I'm just very surprised they didn't end up putting ARFs in Sandy's Dream. I mean, they have voice lines recorded for it and everything. It's just, it just never ended up doing it, I guess. Would have been pretty sick to have that there, but, some things don't make no sense.
Yeah, add arson. Let's just make Texas Swingers even more rough than it is.
These guys are so close right now, man.
It's kind of weird seeing like these slightly different routes. You never really know how much at this point Curtis is ahead or Dave is ahead.
I think Dave is aware that these tikis are on a cycle here where they bob up and down. Pretty sure he is.
Yeah, it looks like he's waiting a little bit on his bulls, so I think he knows.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
That was garbage.
I'd be so pissed if I were him.
Oh my god.
Hopefully he can avoid the tilt after that shit. Because I sure as hell wouldn't.
Great Barrier Reef!
Yeah, no, that would have had me heated.
Hey, Quality Clothing, thank you for the 2 gift subs to Mickey and Mr.
Great
Foxy
Barrier
Fox.
Reef!
Is Dave still getting wrecked? Holy shit.
Yeah, he died again.
Damn, Dave, not like this. He's so close. I wonder if Rooftops is going to help decide some of this. More or less saying, I wonder if Curtis is going to mess up Rooftops.
Yeah.
We'll see. Curtis's
Polite way of saying
downtown
I
one
wonder if that's going to
wasn't the
help swing it in a
greatest.
different direction. Curtis a few spatulas behind. I mean, excuse me, Dave a few spatulas behind. See, I like this game a lot because the routing can be a little bit confusing at times, but the spatula count is still there for you to see, and the objective is clear for a 100% run. Collect 100 spatulas. A lot of games don't have that luxury. Makes it hard to follow, but, this game, all the stocks lead to spatulas, so you can just say, hey, 100 spatulas, and that's how you know. Once that counter hits 100, you win.
Yeah, that's the glory. Routing is so flexible, but you're still able to tell where people are at race-wise. It's nice.
Yeah. Actually,
Rooftop.
Curtis is quite a few spatulas ahead here. I think it's because he already did Murmelair, I believe. I don't think that Dave's done that yet.
Curtis still struggling with the buttons. There we go.
I will say though, the champion of this tournament is going to have to be the best at acknowledging their flaws in their gameplay that they might not like to. Wait, I was kind of confused there for a second.
Yeah, no, you talking about Dave jumping up to the second platform there?
Yeah, they may not.
Yeah.
They may not want to acknowledge like, damn, I made this mistake a few times, but it's probably a fluke. I was just not playing well. But I'm telling you, man, these small mistakes do come out under pressure, and
They
I think a
add up
race is the
fast.
best way to determine, like, especially for like a race, like what you might mess up during a race. So it's a different mentality. So if Curtis goes back, sure he will. Watch this at some point. The Chad backward RCB, nice.
I love that. Yeah, Curtis actually did Dream 3 and Dave hasn't yet. Thanks for that, Flux. That's what happened. Rooftops in 100% is such a cool looking segment.
Curtis did that really well.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow, spoke too soon.
That's
should have waited a
cursed.
couple seconds.
Oh, he got the boost. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, like I said, boys.
Nice backup.
Swag strats,
Popping
baby. Let's
off.
go. Yes, that'll save him a little bit of time. Good stuff.
Thought I had the commentator's curse for a second.
Nah, Curtis said fuck the commentators, sir. Curtis, I'm just gonna get the boost real quick.
True.
I don't remember if this is 1 or 2 frames. I think it's like situationally 2 frames for some reason. I don't remember. This game is weird, man.
I think Curtis has told me it's a 2-frame, but sometimes it feels like it, sometimes it doesn't.
I think it's 2 frames. I'm actually gonna bow out for commentary for a short while because I gotta get the next race set up now.
Yeah, no worries.
You guys, I'll be on standby if anything goes wrong. Yeah.
Good, Josh and I
Alright.
will
I'm
take
still
over.
listening.
The Josh and Parrot takeover again, boys.
No, wait, Shift's listening this time. You
Yeah,
can't
we
say
can
that
still
anymore.
take over, you know? How you guys feeling about this race? Let's get some shift good moods or some shift bruz in the chat, depending on how you're feeling. I'm gonna feel real bad if I got those emotes wrong, but I'm pretty sure those were right.
Yeah, I think you're good though. I like that. I like what I see, chat.
I see some bruz. I want to see those changed by the end of the race, okay? I want nothing but good moods right now. I was about to say this is really close, but then, yeah, Dave still has to do Dream 3. But, I mean, still, the gap was
Not bad.
literally probably like 4 or 5 minutes earlier. It's really closed up a lot.
We're looking at probably closer to 2 at this point.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe like 2.5 maybe.
We got
Still
about
looking-
45 seconds for Squid's Dream, roughly. Probably less than that. But, and then Crab's Dream, which does take a little bit of time. And I know Dave's not going to do the cutscene skip there, because he hasn't practiced it yet.
That's fair. Curtis getting right into kelp. This is
Best
gonna be-
level in the game.
I love this segment. This is
So good
actually
in
my
Hundo.
favorite.
It's a nice combination of swaggy strats and difficulty. Like, it's just, it's so good.
And messing up, like,
Great
I swear,
barrier
messing
reef.
up kelp caves, like, messing up one thing just turns into, like, I don't even know how to put it. It's just a roller coaster.
It snowballs.
It's bad.
It's
It's-
very
there we
it's
go,
very
that's what I'm
easy. It's very easy to tilt in kelp. Anywhere really. Specifically caves, but like anywhere. Like you think you're good and suddenly you lose a PB to kelp vine slide for some reason.
Curtis had a good kelp woods though. first.
Yeah, that
difficult
was
section.
really clean. Nice stuff out of Curtis there. Let's see if Dave can replicate.
He's gonna have to if he wants a leg in this race.
Great Barrier Reef!
Yeah, we're getting in the few closing segments. Still ground to be made up because Kelp Caves could. I feel like Kelp Caves could definitely be a turning point here.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a lot of things there that could go wrong, and it's not an easy segment.
Yeah, another thing that Crawfish just added there, missing that first that first slam in Kelp Forest is a tilter for the rest of Kelp. Luckily, neither of them did it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that is so angering. And it's like it's one of those things where it's stupid because you think you should be getting it every time, and then you miss it like 3 times in a row, and you
Right.
suddenly don't even want to continue.
Daavee, pretty good.
Did you miss that once in your PB earlier? I think you did.
Probably.
I don't remember exactly. I've been watching a lot of people struggle with that button recently.
Yeah.
Fuck that button.
Curtis had a solid little kelp vine slide there.
Yeah,
Good
this has
stuff.
been just a really clean kelp force for him so far. Honestly, Dave too.
Yeah.
They've both been doing really well with this, but we're coming up on the hard part now.
Entering hell.
Welcome to hell, boys. Barnacle Boy awaits. First thing you see when you die is just Barnacle Boy saying, "Hey, kid."
Alright, so I guess he went for the easier part of caves first.
Yeah, he
I
did.
learned that Curtis, he actually does a different little strat here for kelp caves. He doesn't do the clip. Instead, he just kind of, he does part of this casual, I guess you'll see. This little bash here.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
man.
this might be the hardest part of kelp caves, honestly. Second try
Wow,
though.
second
Good
try.
stuff.
Yeah, so he's gonna get rid of his cruisers there and hit this button. I actually like this strat. I think it's a little faster if you're not going for the ledge grab from the clip.
Yeah, I think I heard. I think it was earlier, Curtis, or somebody was saying that. I think it's only 6 seconds slower, or something, compared to. I don't even know. I don't know why I brought that up. Somebody was talking about it earlier. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
It's faster than the checkpoint strat.
for sure. Looks like Dave is he's struggling a little with this bash, and for good reason too. This is tough.
It is so much harder than it looks. And it's one of those. I feel like it's one of those tricks you really just have to do consistently if you want to get it consistently. Because like, I take 2 months off of doing this trick, and it takes me 30 minutes to get it.
Yeah.
Curtis widening the gap a little bit here.
He's out, fellas. He's out of hell.
There we go. Dave finally getting that bash onto the rock.
Very nice.
For those of you that don't know much about this trick or have never done that trick, there's just such a small portion of that rock that you can actually get a bash up off of to get to the next portion. So, while it may look simple, it's really not.
See how Curtis does in the swamps. I didn't realize Dave is actually doing the same strats as Curtis does here. In
Oh yeah, they are.
caves. Guess the word got around.
Dave must have watched that Curtis 100% tutorial.
True.
Curtis getting the kill on the sleepy there.
That's a tough kill.
Yeah, that
I still
sleepy is
haven't
so
gotten that
stupid
yet.
sometimes. Like, it's really hard to neutral that stick while you're doing that so you can actually hit it. Dumb sleepy.
Oh, Dave fell off.
Sad.
Bruh.
Honestly, this has been a pretty phenomenal kelp segment out of Curtis, though.
Oh yeah.
Really, the only real mistake he made was missing the bash one time, but that's not even that huge of a deal. Good stuff out of him. Welcome to brutality, though.
Yeah.
It's Sand Mountain 2 time for Curtis, boys.
We'll
Grab
see
your
if he has
diapers and gear up.
surprises. It's diaper time. I'm curious to see. Maybe Curtis will do LTCS for us. For the fans.
For the fans, baby. Curtis, if you're listening, probably don't do that. But
But please do at the same
please
time.
do at the same time, you know. Curtis has just secretly been practicing Flounder Hill DCB. He's about to really rip it up right now.
Alright, boys, moment of truth. Going for Larry. It doesn't look like it.
Ah, sad.
I'm the fastest there is.
But like also not sad because
Yeah.
probably the best idea here, yeah.
Smart.
Dave's still making his way through the swamp. Should be joining Curtis in the personal hell that is Sand Mountain 2. Very soon. See if Curtis struggles with getting any of these socks and keeping the timing window, because this, like, it's not the hardest segment in the world, but it's just, it can be really stupid sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I thought he was about to miss that swinger.
I was about to say, commentator's curse strikes again, but we're good.
I'm really bad about commentators' curse. That I ruined so many races in that NG Plus tournament. I'm convinced. Looks like he is perfectly on time to get this, though. I think, if I'm correct, I think you need about a minute and 21, minute and 22 left on the timer after you get the Chuck sock. Quote me if I'm wrong, but
I have no idea. I always do LTCS anyway, so I have no clue.
need a minute after the third sock. Okay, so it's like Curtis is right in the window.
Looking good.
And Dave is doing Dream 3 now.
Yeah, so this should take about 2.5-ish minutes. Which
Yeah.
I mean, and it's gonna take a huge mistake out of Curtis.
Yeah, I'm curious as if he'll go for SM1C or just, you know, safe route it and go for the 2 cycle. I don't even know if he goes for 1C in his runs.
I'm not sure. I guess we'll see.
I don't think he does. I think he does 2 cycle.
Yeah, it'd be really smart to do so right now. But hey,
Yeah.
I mean, for the fans, right, chat? For the fans.
Great Barrier Reef!
I'm just waiting on Curtis to bust that DCB out and surprise everyone. Like I said, Dave not going for the cutscene skip here. Watch those hamburgers form, baby. Excuse me. Let me not be disrespectful. Those Krabby Patties.
Thank you. I was a little tilted off of that. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no, almost ruined it. Flounder Hill time. Watch for the DCB. It's happening.
Let's go.
I'm full on waiting for it.
I
Well,
flatter
not happening. Disappointed, but not surprised.
I mean, he's gonna take his first win in style or not style, but I mean, he'll take it. As long as it's a
Let's
win.
not count Dave out yet.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't want to be disrespectful to the Dutch.
You could still pretty easily fuck up 2-cycle, honestly. Flounder Hill is just brutal.
Oh yeah. I think people underestimate how difficult it is to control your cruise boost on a slide. It's actually kind of ridiculous at some points.
Flux, look, man, you could die under race pressure. Something could happen.
Or maybe he'll die for the fans. Maybe.
Like, let me make this a little bit tighter real quick. Let me give the fans 2 doses of Flounder Hill because I know you all want it.
Yeah, dude, Curtis is a man of the people. You know, he just might. Just might. First
Looks like he
cycle
should be
looking
good
pretty good. Yeah.
Lost his cruise boost, but it's all good.
A little extra walk and never hurt anybody.
I sure could use some. See how Dave does with SM2 now that we're getting to the meat of it. Time for Curtis to finish his Sandman cycle.
So what do we got left? We just have Dutchman's.
Yeah, just Graveyard and Sock trades and then the Robo Sponge fight.
Nice.
Unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Oh, Murmalayer 2.
Right, right.
Yeah, all those fun socks. And Ballroom Clip and Prawn.
You know, honestly, dude, there's been a couple times where I've messed up BRC for a solid couple of minutes. I wouldn't put it past any other runner. For that
Oh
to
yeah,
happen.
no, I think that's something we've all fucked up.
You know, sometimes you just have a brain fart and that's it. That's the end of it.
You miss it 4 times and then you just tilt to where you miss it for 2 minutes and
Exactly. 2 minutes
Next-
turns to 10, 10 turns. No, I'm just kidding. But
and the next time you get on, you get it first try.
exactly. Dude.
That's about how it works.
Yeah, see, Flux got 13th try BRC in his PB. It happens. Stuff like that happens.
Look, positive
Can't put
spin
it
on
past
that,
anybody.
better than 14th try.
True. Great positivity there, Parrot.
Gotta stay positive in a game so hard.
Man, I always get really excited toward the end of the third slide here. Like Dave, he's coming up on 15 seconds near the end of this slide, or 10ish.
Yeah, you get past that, you're just like, good, I did it, it's over. On to the next one.
Murmalayer 2, boys.
Curtis actually going for the box route on that. Instead of the rock jump.
I'm guessing rock jump is more optimal there. But
Yeah,
don't
I think it saves a
matters
few
very much.
seconds.
Oh, okay.
As long as you get the socks, you're good. Ooh, missing the security tunnels jump there. Lux is saying box route's only half a second slower, so
Oh,
whatever floats your boat then. BRC time.
oh baby.
Dave moves on to Flounder Hill.
See, this
it's
is the
happening.
type of stuff. Yeah, dude,
There we go.
Okay.
Had me worried for a second.
First try.
We'll chalk that up as a W. Pretty good Sand Mountain 2 out of Dave so far, though.
Looking good.
He's got the prawn trigger, good stuff.
Curtis on his way to Dutchman's.
Prawn trigger's dumb sometimes.
Oh yeah, dude, like my god, I can't tell you how many times I missed prawn trigger.
And it just like doesn't make any sense. And then your next jump you just move slightly to the right and it's like, okay. Why?
That okay is that's exactly how I feel. That's a great great I don't even know how to say that quick.
That
Anyway.
mood when you miss prawn skip.
Big mood. Oh, Dave missed the Sandman. I don't think that matters because he's doing 2-cycle, but it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. At least he finished the time trial. Does that Sandman matter if you're doing 2-cycle?
I sure hope not. I don't think so.
I don't think it does, but I hope not.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Oh,
Wait.
it does. Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, because he still has to get the sock, too.
right. That hurts. You might have to go down that slide a third time. Actually,
Ouch.
probably will.
Unless he can pull out something magical here. Pull out the 1C strat on us.
Hit that reverse lag clip and shoot up one.
Reverse lag clip, the next new strat coming to Battle for Bikini Bottom speedruns. Can't wait.
The year is 2022. Cruz boosted straight to Sand Mountain and missed the first reverse lag clip on the PlayStation 2.
The FB be 100% in 2030, where it's just optimal to do Sand Mountain 2 first. Sand Mountain 2 is now Sand Mountain 1.
Lost the 46 in Hundo, boys. Rip.
It's over. NG Plus has been brought down to a 15-minute run.
All right, boys.
Everything's
I'm back,
a
and we got
DCB.
memes. I see.
Welcome back.
We're entertaining the chat here. We're talking about reverse lag clipping, you know? No big
Reverse
deal.
lag clipping.
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
up and set it down.
Just shoot up
You just
in
fucking
the air.
increase the FPS to 120 and just it's like crack sponge. Just crank it up.
Spot.
Drug Bob SquarePants.
All right, I gotta acknowledge some subs. Smart One, thank you for the 5 months, man. Man Guy, thank you for the 28 months. Hellraiser, thank you for the 6 months. And Spongerson, thank you for the 3 months. By the way, man, thank you for the poopy dipe, and also congratulations on your first run.
Dipe.
Welcome to the Runners Gang. Glad to have you.
Gang.
Yo, who's commentating for that 4 race? Ringo.
Yeah, Jared unfortunately is not able to make it tonight. I don't know if you saw Twitter, but very sad what happened with his cat. He's taking some time to relax for a bit. But I told him, like, if he wants to pop in at any point, he's welcome to. If he feels like he wants to take his mind off of it. But yeah, prayers go out to Jared and his family, man. It's really sad.
Yeah. We love Jared around here. Let's get some shift loves in the chat for our boy Jared. So I don't think there's anything that could really drastically go wrong right now. It looks like Curtis is probably going to take this one.
Also, I haven't gotten a response from Ringo yet. So if you guys want to stay on for another round, I mean, I can keep you on.
Down for it. Just got to make sure that off-stream race gets taken care of.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, you mean the rubber toe race?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that he talked to you already. They're doing it tomorrow.
Me. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're all good. I handled it.
Yeah, I had the DM and he just never read it. So is Ringo going to be around for commentary on the next one or no?
I don't know.
I'm assuming he probably won't since he rescheduled his race for today.
Oh, he said he was good to go for commentary, but he wasn't ready to race because like family stuff happened throughout the week. He wasn't able to practice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Guys are rough, man, let me tell you. All our boys going through the struggle right now.
Struggle is real. Yo, Curtis doing a lag clip. Let's go. He got it.
Dang.
Hooray.
Pretty good too.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Or however.
Josh, you said you're good to commentate, right?
For next one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Alright, no problem. I'll just see if I can get somebody.
Yeah, I think if I commentate, I might have to leave like mid-race, and I don't know if that's good.
I think Forrest said that he would be interested in doing commentary if anything comes up.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know if Forrest's still around, if that still holds true, but I think he said that like an hour ago.
They serve food here, yes, but they don't serve love.
Let me see if Jack wants to.
Curtis should be finishing up here within the next, I don't know, minute-ish.
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant robot brain?
Depending on Fast Brain, of course. And cursed it. Because why not? Why not curse the end of his run?
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize
He said fuck it. We're going for the easier way.
He's giving you no room to curse it anymore.
close encounters of the painful kind?
As long as he doesn't cancel his or detonate his cruise bubble before it actually hits the thing, because that happened to me a few weeks ago. Like, I had to go back and look at the VOD. I'm like, why the fuck did that not work?
Solid 137 from Curtis, dude.
Good stuff. Honestly, in a race environment, not bad. That's only like 2 minutes off his PB. That is not bad for 100% in a race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see like there's a lot of room for improvement there too.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff from Curtis.
You know what's funny? I think Dave still has a chance to PB.
Does he?
I'm not sure. What's his PB now?
A 143.
143.
Oh yeah, he could still PB. Still not bad from Dave so far though. Alright, well I guess we should pull Curtis in here. I'll let him
Let's
know.
drag the man.
All my plans ruined. That does it. I'm becoming a lawyer.
Hey Kurt, congratulations man. Nice run.
Yeah, GG, man. Good stuff.
GG.
That's like the best I've ever played post Industrial Park. I'm happy about that.
Damn,
That was real solid, dude.
pretty epic.
That might be the most phenomenal kelp I've ever seen you have.
Yeah.
That was so solid.
Dude, one missed vine climb, but
Yeah, that's literally all that went wrong. That was so good.
By the way, that falling off in kelp vines was not intentional. I didn't mean
Oh,
to do that.
So, were you watching Dave's end?
Learned your lesson.
Yeah, I was watching the stream.
Okay, what were you thinking, I guess from like post-industrial through rock bottom when he was kind of getting the lead? Were you nervous or do you feel like you had it in the bag still?
I mean, I felt really confident still. Like, basically after SBA, I was like confident the whole time. I was
Pretty
like
solid.
jittery the whole run though.
Yeah, man, that's the race nerves. I'm back to doing races on this channel. But yeah, Dave is still potentially on PB pace here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Depends on
He
how
hasn't
lag clip
done-
goes.
He hasn't done too many runs though. So he can improve his PB pretty easily.
Yeah, shout outs to
Oh, yeah,
Dave
for sure.
for coming back just for this race.
Yeah, Dave is a really cool guy, and we've had 2 NG Plus races in the past 2 tournaments, and he's won both of them. And he's really good. So
Oh, we got a storyline, baby. Let's go. Curtis gets the revenge.
dude, I'm on the board now.
sponge lore.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of Dave's like I wasn't paying attention like after rock bottom to Dave all that much. I was just trying to like focus, but it seemed like most of his mistakes were before Industrial Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sure.
I'll take those. I don't know. GG's though. That was a really good race.
Great Barrier Reef.
I look at you giving the swag strats for the fans.
Hell yeah, dude. This is my favorite strat.
You've just met the
I love it. It's great.
We're going to the rocket ship, dude.
That was the weirdest GCLC I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was.
What?
What the heck, dude?
Game never disappoints. Honestly, I'm just invested in pulling for Dave to get this PB now.
Yeah, man.
What's his PB right now?
143.13.
Oh, he can still PB pretty easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, I got to shout out Tunes. Thank you for the 12 months, man. Thank you for the full year. Welcome back, dude. Enjoy that new badge. Speaking of new badges, what do you guys think of the change on Twitch with the founder badge?
Those founder badges are fucking hideous.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
don't know if
I
I'm
love
a
the
fan of
concept, but
idea.
we need to customize it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
concept's real good.
Yeah, if the streamers could customize it, I'd be more of a fan.
Yeah, it'd be much better.
You listening, Twitch?
Take note.
Great Barrier Reef.
Yo, bros, thank you for the 4 months, man.
I can't stand on that rocket. What the fuck?
Welcome back.
Game's rigged.
All right, if he
surprised
goes
that
for
most-
fast brain, maybe
Oh,
he
he
can
can
get
get
it.
I don't know how good Dave
Oh.
is at fast
Gonna be
break.
cutting it close.
Actually, I don't know.
Actually, nah, he's done.
Yeah, he can't get it. Yeah.
Can't get a 28-second segment.
Yeah.
Still though, for not running this category consistently and being in a race environment, being this close to his actual PB is not bad.
Yeah.
Right.
He also just came back to the game too.
Yeah.
But like this is still like he still got the losers bracket though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That time.
Dude, I could see Dave making a sick losers bracket run.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
He's got a lot of
I feel like
experience.
I want the Curtis Dave rematch.
I feel
want
like
it.
he just needs more experience with 100% specifically. Like he's pretty good. Like he has a lot of potential.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like his early game stuff needs a little bit of work because it's like it's all new shit, you know.
I'm so happy it was kind of even after Rollbuck. It's the one thing I wanted.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
good. Also, congratulations to Dave for getting a 143 within a minute of his PB in a race. We're gonna pull him in now. What's up, Dave? How's it going, man?
Hello, hello. Congrats, Curtis.
So
GG.
close, dude.
Thank
So
you.
close.
GG, Dave.
GG.
That
Were you
was a
watching the other
really
stream,
nice
or-
race for me. Yeah, I was watching it. Curtis, you did a really, really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, we were cheering for you to catch up. You were like so close at one point.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
really closing
it-
that gap.
I think it was just a mixture of being rusty, being tired, and being in an race environment, but no excuses here. Curtis played really well, and he deserved the win, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look at that
Yeah.
sportsmanship. Gotta love it.
Wholesome
Also,
stuff
can we-
here, boys.
Can we talk about the fact that there's a Thunder Tiki just kind of chilling here?
Yeah. That's because the tiki on the bridge, there's supposed to be a line of them that lines up to detonate the stack of stones and thunders. But the devs, they messed up the Y positioning for it, so they put it on the ground instead of on the bridge, so it's just right there. Yeah, just another oversight. One of many. Alright, so I guess, do you guys have any other questions for Dave? I feel like we talked to Kurt for quite a bit. I guess, like, one of my questions is, like, how are you feeling about, like, SBA and the early game strats, like Rollbuck? Do you have any interest in learning RSS and stuff like that?
Yeah, probably in the near future. I didn't really wanted to practice RS for the races, so
I think it's a smart choice to hold that off as well. Focus on the
Yeah.
other stuff.
but yeah, definitely a lot to work on, and I'm gonna try to win some in the losers bracket, definitely.
We were talking about how you have a lot of experience in 200, the old school cheat 100% categories and stuff like that. Mentioning how, like, in late game, like, your fundamentals, especially in the first part of late game with cruise boosting, they were really coming out. You were seeing a lot of consistency with the strats that, like, you've been in this community for years, man. You've been doing that stuff forever. So it was
you
cool
were
to see
quite
you
well.
kind of pull it back a little bit with your past knowledge and experience.
Yeah, definitely a really nice race. I enjoyed it, even though I lost.
That was a really good race.
Yeah, man. And we got another
I
one coming up
enjoyed that.
right now. We got Univa, the legendary champion of the previous BFBB No SBA race on the global speedrunning community, versus Jesway, one of the most helpful and kind-hearted people in the community, a leaderboard mod. So we got two big boys coming in here. Two big
Univa the
community
God
figures.
and Jesway the homie dude.
Yeah, major respect to both of these guys for their contributions to the community, and we're gonna get them in soon. Also, speaking of wholesome and beloved members of our community, we got Jackalaka coming on for commentary
Yeah.
very
Oh
shortly.
boy.
So, Josh, if you want to stick around for a bit, I don't know if you have to go somewhere, but we can have you on with the three of us and Jack if you want. But if you gotta leave, no problem, man. We could talk about that once we transition. So, first off, thank you, Univa, for the 23 months, man. Welcome back, and best of luck in your race. Yeah, we got a lot of the old boys coming back, and that's the thing about this is, like, a lot of these guys are rusty. A lot of these guys aren't practiced. They learned all the new stuff, like, within a few days ago, but they still want to play, and that's what I love about this community. People want to play the Bob. They're looking for an excuse to play. But with that
This
said,
tournament-
boys, we're going
This
to
tournament
take...
gave me a reason to come back to 100%, and I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the boards right now. I love that there's motivation to learn 100. You know, we had like kind of like a hard reset with the leaderboard stuff, like as in a sense of people's times aren't updated. It's not really clear like how the players are ranked in skill in most of these categories, but we're starting to see them fill out again. And I think a year from now, especially by the time Rehydrated comes out, we're going to have a fully coherent leaderboard of all the skill levels with updated times like we used to back in the day before SBA kind of came in and roughed things up a bit. But we're still in that recovery phase. We're still doing big things with these tournaments, and yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come. But anyway, thank you, Kurt, and thank you, Dave, for coming on today to race. We'll work on the scheduling for the next round next weekend if you guys are around. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching and sticking around. We're going to start the race for Unova and Jesway pretty soon. If you want to stick around and wait for that, I'd say give us around 5 minutes. Might take a little bit longer though, so don't freak out if we go below the 0 seconds and have to reset the timer again. So yeah, hang tight. We'll be right back.